Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I'm your host, Kayla Nicole 999, and this is my third and final video of the day. Today is Monday, November 23rd, 2020, and I am finally caught up. This is day 10 of 90 days to recovery after narcissistic abuse, and this is the video for today, Monday, November 23rd, 2020. I am going to try really hard to start creating these videos every day. That way I don't get far behind, because trying to catch up on these videos is hard, but my life is busy and hectic and I can only do the best that I can do. So what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about gaslighting. Have you ever been gaslighted before? It's terrible. Toxic people use gaslighting all the time to try to basically get you to believe that you're crazy. I don't know any other way to put it. They use gaslighting to actually gain more power over you. It makes you question your own reality. And I've had people gaslight me throughout my entire life. So, you know, let's talk about my narcissistic ex-best friend. We're gonna call her my ex-best friend because I am not associated with her anymore. I told you in a previous video that the fallout happened because I inadvertently fell in love with one of her ex-boyfriends, but only after they had been broken up for 2 years and he was pursuing me. So before this happened, I had told her a story about how one of my other friends that I'm no longer associated with in the past used to date my ex-boyfriends or sleep with my ex-boyfriends. And I told her how it never bothered me because they were my ex-boyfriends, you know? I know that I cannot control your body once we break up. I know that I have no control over who you fall in love with and who you want to be romantically involved with. And although it may be incredibly awkward if you're a friend of mine and you're dating or sleeping with one of my exes, I have no say in that. I do have the choice to walk away from the friendship with you and that ex if I'm still friends with the ex, but I can't tell you two that you can't be together. So I never got mad. I've had multiple friends that have actually dated my ex-boyfriends, and I never got mad, as long as they weren't my exes. Now, I've also had friends that that slept with my boyfriends while they were my boyfriends. That is wrong. Like that, I don't condone that at all, okay? Unless you're bringing that friend in for a threesome or, you know, there's all different types of relationships, but I am a very monogamous girl, and as a monogamous girl, unless I bring you in for a threesome, which I have not done in years, don't sleep with my boyfriends. If you sleep with my ex-boyfriends, then whatever, they're my ex, you know? An ex is an ex is an ex. So anyway, I told her that story prior, and so when she found out about her ex and I literally have this in writing. She writes to me, "You told me how bad it hurt you when so-and-so slept with your ex-boyfriends, and now you're no better than her." I called her on it. She didn't like the fact that I called her on it. I told her that actually you were completely wrong on that. I never said that. I told you that I was not bothered when so-and-so would sleep with my ex-boyfriends, and I was completely okay with it. I was, however, bothered when so-and-so's sister would sleep with my boyfriends while I was dating them. That was her form of gaslighting. She was trying to convince me that my own memory was wrong. You know, she's a very manipulative person, unfortunately. There was another time that she told somebody about something that I did, and I called her on it. I said, "Did you say something to this person?" And I remember her response. We were on the phone with each other, and she sat there, and I was headed to meet her, but I didn't want to meet her because I was really upset with her at the time. And I remember her response, and she goes, "Kayla, I would never do that." Like, she really exaggerated the word never. And I knew right then and there that it was a blatant lie. And yes, she had done exactly what I called her on, but she couldn't even admit it. That is another form of gaslighting. You know, We talked about projection in the last video that I created. Projecting is another form of gaslighting. Their actions don't match their words. You really need to pay special attention to that. And then very toxic people, especially narcissists, they're going to throw in positive reinforcement, and they do that to confuse you. So they're going to belittle you, and they're going to put you down. But then every once in a while, they're going to throw in something positive to confuse you. So going back to my narcissistic ex-best friend again, one day we were walking, and just like out of the blue, she was telling me, oh, you really learned how to do your makeup really pretty. Your makeup looks really great. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I don't remember how long later it was, but it was later, and I was talking about going back to working at the strip club, and she didn't want me going back to working at the strip club. She was about to leave the country, and for whatever reason, she didn't want me going back to working at the strip club. She too is a stripper, so I don't know what her reasons for any of this were. She's a very jealous, manipulative, envious, and controlling person is all I gotta say. So anyway, so we're talking, and I was feeling insecure because of my weight, because the strip clubs in the state that I live in, they're very particular, and I didn't weigh that much. I was like weighing 130 something pounds. Like, I was not fat at all. However, these strip clubs had told me that I was fat. And I was having this conversation with her, and I remember her sitting there. She looked directly at me, and she goes, well, maybe if you figured out a way to do your hair and your makeup really pretty, they might hire you. I just looked at her. I literally wanted to slap her in her face, but I just bit my tongue and I didn't say anything to her. I had worked at all of these clubs before, and I couldn't believe she was literally just sitting there belittling me to my face. I was just like, how do you even have the nerve? Another thing that she would do, she would often pay for this other friend to meet her wherever she was at. She would pay for the girl's entire rideshare ride, just so that girl would come hang out with her. And we had a conversation one day. She never paid for my rideshare ride. She would have me drive all the way to her house, which was 45 minutes away from me, and then catch a ride with her. So she was only paying for her own ride, not mine. I don't even remember what the topic was, but I remember talking to her one day, and I was like, well, you do this and this and this for that girl. And I brought up the fact that she pays for her rideshare rides, like the entire rides, to get to a place and back home from a place just to hang out with her. And she's like, well, I'd do that for you too. And I just stopped, and I was like, thinking in my head, no, you don't. You've never done that for me. But again, I was walking on eggshells with her, so I didn't call her on it, because I knew if I called her on it, she was going to get really mad. And it didn't register until after I found out that she was a narcissist, that the reason she was paying for this other girl's rides is because their friendship is new. And she was love bombing this girl. But me and her, we had been friends for years. She was no longer love bombing me. She was just trying to destroy me. So, what do you do when a person is gaslighting you? Walk away, you guys. You know what the truth is. These people, these toxic people, they're going to try to align other people against you. They do that by triangulation. We're going to talk about that in another video. They're going to try to convince everybody that you're crazy. I did not walk away. We talked about it in the previous video that I started posting my truth on social media publicly for everyone to see. And it created a huge mess. I don't feel guilty about doing it, but it did create a huge mess. And I should have just walked away. I should have just let them believe whatever they wanted to believe about me, because I knew the truth about me. Who cares if those people think that I'm crazy? I know that I'm not crazy. Who cares if those people think that I'm a toxic person? I know that I'm not. And if they want to continue being friends with that toxic girl, I feel bad for them, because eventually she's going to turn on them just like she turned on me. So, there's a technique called the broken record. So when somebody is trying to gaslight you and get you to believe that you are doing this thing or whatever, or when they're just pushing past your boundaries. Instead of arguing with them, instead of getting to a fight, just use the broken record technique. Keep repeating yourself over and over and over again. When they say, you did this, no, I did not do this, I did, and repeat whatever you did. And when they try to continue to argue with you, just keep repeating that. When they are overstepping your boundaries, just keep repeating yourself. I am not going to talk to you until you calm down. I am not going to talk to you until you are sober if they are drinking. And when they keep, I am not going to talk to you until you are sober. I'm going to hang up now, and then hang up the phone. If they call you back, pick up the phone and say, I am not going to talk to you until you are sober, and hang up the phone. Just keep doing it over and over and over again. If you have to deal with a person. If you don't have to deal with a person, honestly, I suggest blocking them on social media, blocking them on your phone. Walk the hell away. I walked away from my own mother. I went no contact with my own mother, and as hard as it was the best decision of my life. And on that, I'm going to end this video. Be sure to share your thoughts in the comment section with me. Have you ever been gaslighted before? How have you been gaslighted? How did it make you feel? If you just want to chat, then chat me up. If you like this video, please be sure to give me that thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, please be sure to give me the thumbs down. Share with me in the comments what you liked and what you didn't like. And if you want to stay connected with me and watch more of my videos, then please be sure to hit the subscribe button. And I will see you all again tomorrow with a new topic. I'm going to, as always, link some videos at the end of this. I cannot link the videos, though. I can't add the end screen until after my videos are uploaded, so sometimes it takes me a while to get those videos added. But, you know, if they're not added when you watch this video, come back and check later. With that, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys soon.